Interrogation shit was already out too, though, huh?
Right. Yeah. I'm just saying, all this shit was happening while I was in jail.
But I'm saying, so I don't think it would be.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, man, the verdict is in. Everybody's going crazy on Young Slime, Young Thug, treating him like a snitch and making sure that he has a bad rap from this point forward for what he did with his homies and everybody going down for the RICO case. And it's kind of crazy, you know. This was a really long interview and a deep interview about a lot of stuff about the guy I didn't know, about how he was raised and how he grew up and how he felt about everything related to his case. So it's a kind of a deep dive. We're going to let him talk about it. So welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the show. We appreciate y'all checking us out. And this is my first time checking this guy's show out too, but he actually spoke to Slime the first day he got out of jail. So that's probably why he got the interview. So we're going to get right into it and let him talk his stuff. All right, let's go.
No matter what I came out of jail and did, it still would have came out one day. Me personally. I understand what you're saying. Because it still came out when the whole world looked at me as a real nigga. My jail phone call got leaked.
They weren't pushing no narrative then, though.
It don't fuck the narrative. I'm just saying coming out. No matter what. I feel like no matter what, it still would have came out. I know it would have. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it still would have, no matter what, bro. No matter what I would have got out of jail and did, it still would have came out. Yeah. Just because it was public record.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, when the first shit came out, when the first few jail calls came out, or me and my girl just talking this shit, when those first few jail call came out, nigga, my team got in touch with the Cobb County people and stopped all of it. Like, shut down the whole system. Now you can't go get none of that shit.
Okay.
Yeah, so as you can see him saying right there, the people took the actual tapes and was trying to release them. And then he said his actual people, his lawyers found out and got the tapes stopped from being released. And that was a good thing, but you see the people still was able to release them. So it's like, I don't know if it's legit that everybody is taking somebody's tapes from jail and making such a big or a deal out of it, because another part of the interview, he's talked about how he felt mentally being in jail and what you go through sitting in a jail cell for 23 hours and one. I can't even imagine it, you know what I mean, that long, 3 years straight. But that's the whole idea of breaking you and the whole idea of them getting the correct type of information out of you, you know what I'm saying, to make sure you go to jail or to make sure you get locked up. So I think that was his real serious downfall right there, was the fact that the folks wanted to make sure he went down for this scenario. And there's really nothing he can do about that. Basically, you are or were considered the leader of a gang, and that's as far as they needed to go. They probably didn't need much more information than that. If you're a leader of a gang, then they got something in a place for you. So you and your whole team go down, and it puts such a bad light on hip-hop in Atlanta. And then you got a bunch of his people who got to deal with that, like his buddies, his family members. And he talked about it in one segment about how his brother was actually on a case with him, and his brother was about to go to prison too. So let me let him talk about that real quick.
Plea, man. I ain't never seen you plea. I ain't never seen you, bro, plea. I swear to God.
Just handle your business. Just go home.
I told him, cause he had did 12 years on a murder, and then his lawyer got him a new trial. Like, they fucked up in trial. The lawyer got him a new trial. So now he out of jail waiting to get tried for the murder again. They ain't gonna never try him for the murder again, because they know it ain't nothing he doing. He ain't do that. So he wasn't gonna never get tried for it again. They were gonna just like goddamn keep resetting the trial date for the rest of his life. He would never go to court again. That's what the lawyers say. Like, they ain't finna do that with that case. They can't beat him. So I told him, well, if you do take the plea, make sure they add your murder case in the plea. Make sure they dismiss your murder case in the plea, because you still got to do a new trial.
I'm saying they did that?
I don't think they did it. I think when they went to them with the plea, I think they were like, the plea is out of the murder shit. We can't do nothing about the murder shit. If they could, they would have. But the state was like, we can't do nothing about the murder shit. Like, it's a new trial. Like, it ain't nothing, we can't get involved in that. That's up to the court. So I guess that's what they like. We can't add that shit in there. Mm-hmm. So that's when he like, shit, I'm definitely ain't doing a plea then. Now we having a week and a half conversation every day, bro, in court every day. I'm sitting in the cell crying like, bro, please, bro. We gotta go.
So as you can see, you got Young Thug and dealing with his brother that made him have to think things through in order to get through this case. He said they was having to talk about it, and it was a lot of emotions, you know what I'm saying, for the time frame they was around each other. You know, most times when you get locked up with somebody, like he said, you never see him again until y'all are free and away in the future, if they even allow that. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of those elements that he had to deal with, and his family and him had to contend with. So, you know, it was hard to try to make those decisions. But as he said also, when they was trying to prosecute them, ultimately they found out that they was not a gang. And that is what worked in his behalf, because by being a gang, you're going to get them 30 years, you know what I'm saying? And then he said, like, and later in the interview, he said that he was with his buddies for 10 years straight. You know, wasn't with his family. He wasn't with his girl, his kids. He said he was with his homies for 10 years straight, just running around the city, doing what they do, you know what I'm saying, making money, hustling and stuff like that, whatever he was doing. But ultimately, they got locked up, and then that put a bit of strain on everybody. So now, you know, who's the snitch, who wasn't the snitch. You know, I learned a lot about him that I didn't know, you know what I'm saying, about how he was raised and, you know, how many people was in his house. And, you know, he said he used to wear his sister clothes, would kind of make a little sense about why he came out saying he was gay or was wearing dresses or something like that in the early part of his career, which he switched from that back to his normal reality, which is just a man. But now with the snitch allegation, it's a lot of stuff that he got to deal with. But he also said earlier in the interview that he asked God early on, before he even got started, God, I don't care how it come, just give me all the fame. I just want all the eyes on me at any time. You just put every eye on me. So he said, I don't care how it come, I told God. But if it came to me, which is coming like now, I'll accept it. And I was like, well, you know, he got his little frame of thinking, and you know what I'm saying? I don't know how it's going to ultimately turn out, because it's like the first time a person and all these people have been pulled up as snitches in the rap game. So there's really no reference to see what they're going to be or what their career is going to ultimately turn into. So it's kind of questionable, and it's up to think. It's up to see, you know what I'm saying? We all got to watch and see what happens. But on the real, I really do believe he killed his rap career. I don't really think there's no coming back from that when I actually think about it, because, you know, I know it's a new time frame, and I know it's different kids going to listen to him and probably like his music. But you got to tour. You got to have people buy products from you. It's not just so much about the music no more. You got to have a credibility out there that people are going to want to believe in you. So it could be good. I think he might end up going broke. I was thinking that he could end up going broke, because imagine having a big old mansion or paying for other people's big old mansions, and especially because you thought you would never go broke. And then all of a sudden your money started dwindling. You know, things start happening. They go in the other direction. You can't get enough money built up. How are you going to make it? You know what I'm saying? So maybe somebody like him will end up being like Baby from Cash Money, where he'll hire a bunch of people to be his artists. And that's to be the way he'll probably be able to make money, like he did with Gunna. So it's just really kind of something to look into, man. So, you know, again, let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Hit me up. Let me know if Young Thug is over, if Young Thug's career is done, if he just made the mistake of his life and he can never come back as a rapper, or do you think he'll be able to survive and succeed? This too shall pass, as they say. Let me know what y'all think, man. I appreciate y'all watching the show, and we're going to get right back to y'all again with some new content in just a minute. Thanks again.